Mind Detox Daily Thoughts with me, Joanna Hunter. So we are on day 11, and our daily thought is if you want to be successful, respect one rule: never lie to yourself. This is a really important rule, and I'm going to explain it by first of all asking you all a question. Do you believe that two-faced liars deserve all good things? And most people are going to answer no or hell no to that question. And it is it is really how we judge that. And I have a saying in my life coaching sessions, which is, are you loving it into your life or are you judging it out of your life? Now, if you would also make a judgment on successful or being successful as being a good thing. So being successful you've judged as being a good thing, and two-faced liars do not deserve good things. Can you see how I'm kind of making these like little connections that we do within our own minds? Do you see even through your own judgments how by being a two-faced liar that you would not attract in success because you have judged that two-faced liars do not deserve all good things, and success falls into the category of being a good thing. And so one of the things is that when we are, but I'm not talking about you being a two-faced liar to anybody else outside of yourself. What I'm really talking about is that relationship that you're having with yourself. So for instance, hanging out with people that maybe you don't like so much, or maybe you have to stand there and bite your tongue a lot, and you find it really difficult, and you find yourself almost in a way that you're compromised in a way because you are not able to be yourself or to be true to yourself, then I would suggest that the healthiest thing to do in that aspect is to remove your energy from a person like that, because what you are doing is damaging the relationship that you're having with yourself, and you're not being true to yourself. And by saying nothing when you kind of really have to work hard at biting your tongue, what you're actually doing is you're a two-faced liar. Not to anybody else, but just to yourself. Um, and of course, it's hugely important, the relationship that we have with ourselves is that we're honest and open with ourselves. If we're honest and open with ourselves, then we fall into the category of a person who we believe at the core of us deserves all good things. So it's very, very important that to be successful in life, that you follow this one rule of never lying to yourself or never being two-faced in any way, even though that the two-facedness is not an external thing that is happening. It is an internal thing that is happening to yourself. You're almost like being two-faced to yourself. You're standing there nodding and smiling when inside you don't really maybe even like that person, or maybe the task that you're doing you don't really want to, and you're just doing it out of a sense of duty. And that really is damaging the relationship that you're having with yourself. So it's paramount that you start to work on that in a relationship. And one of the other things as well that I wanted to speak to you about is not only the internal relationship is really important, but also as well, quite sometimes we've actually become so proficient at lying to ourselves that we don't even know that we're doing it. And I always think that the soul knows. The soul always knows whether we're lying or not. So, for instance, you might have a job and it's a really good job, and on paper you should be so happy that you have this job. But the reality is that it doesn't light you up, it doesn't fire you up. And so you say, oh, I've got a great job, it's really, really good. But actually what you're doing is, on a fundamental level, all of the things that you are saying, it is a great job, I'm lucky to have it, and all those things, they're fundamentally right, but underneath they're not true. And so this is an example of how we sometimes lie to ourselves. And we can always tell whether we're lying to ourselves or not, because what lifts us up and lights us up Light is the language of the soul. And if it's lifting us up and lighting us up, our soul is saying, yes, this is for us. This is the way forward. But if it closes us down, makes us feel small, and implodes our energy, dims our light, then that really is the soul saying, this is not for us. So that's another kind of little tip. So today's daily thought was, if you want to be successful, respect one rule and never lie to yourself. This is the Mind Detox, 14 days of positivity. Give negativity the heave-ho. And I'm Joanna Hunter, and you can subscribe with me at joannahunter.com. Speak to you tomorrow.